Hey guys, how you going? It is your boy, Mr. Tag. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Like, should that just be my catchphrase? Should I put that on a t-shirt or something? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so as you guys probably guessed from the title, I've got some cards on screen here, which I think, should the decks represented do well, these are the cards that are going to get expensive. And then you're going to regret not having bought them when they've shot up to like $50 or $60 or whatever. So this is going to be the top 10. As you'll notice, there's only 9 on screen. I'm saving the best one for last, so you actually have to watch and see instead of just taking a screenshot and going out and buying these cards without actually watching the video. Don't you hate that? Anyway, I'll get started. So the side ones down the bottom are for ones which are for decks which haven't really proven themselves that much. They're less likely to top a major event, but it still could happen, 100%. And the ones in the actual deck section, those are the ones I think, get on these right now, because if these decks play these cards, they're just going to explode in price, all right? So I'm going to start down the bottom. So the first one, as you can see, is Fortune Lady Dark. This is for Fortune Ladies. I was debating whether this should be Fortune Lady Dark or Light. Now, Fortune Lady Light is more important to the strategy. It is a super rare in Ancient Prophecy, but it's had 2 printings. It also had, I believe, an OTS printing in 2019. Well, Dark, it's only had 1 printing. Now, it's only a rare printing, so it's not going to be as hard to find, but I think, it'll either be this or Light which jumps, but people might just get the common lights anyway if the price does go up. Whereas Dark, it's either, Dark or bust, right? You got to get it, or deck's not going to function as you want it to. All right, next one is Chaos Endmaster. Now, this card is already expensive. For the only reason being, I'm pretty sure it was only a secret rare, I think Ancient Prophecy, or one of those, 5Ds early sets. That's its only printing. This card has done basically nothing. But it does see play, in those Inca decks with the Supe and the Ant and the Oracle of the Sun, because it can summon Oracle of the Sun from deck. Even though it's intended use, to summon the Sphere of Chaos from deck. And that's a card that's already gotten expensive as well. So hopefully you guys got that when it was $20 and not, I don't know what it is now, 50. But this is already expensive. So if the Inca deck does well at an event, this is going to shoot. And it's already expensive. I have 1 English copy. I was going, I could buy more English copies while it's still cheap. No, I couldn't find them, and they're already pretty expensive, so I just bought 3 Japanese copies. But if you want those English secret rares, it's going to set you back a pretty penny already, and then it's already going to set you back even more if this ever does top an event. I think the biggest thing holding this card back is its typing. If this was a light fairy, I think this would do much better. I don't know what it would summon in fairies, but it'd be a level 3 tuner they can tutor out and then make synchro plays before they go for the explosive push with Christia and stuff. But anyway, next up we got Grinder Golem. So this is for the that remove brainwashing deck which topped a pod, say a month or so ago. This is probably like the worst card in the deck, but you do need to play it. It's only had 2 printings. Lava Golems had a bucket load of printings, and Volcanic Queen, got reprinted last year, I think. So this one, it's only had 2 printings, one in 2008 and one in 2011. But the 2011 was the big mega rare yellow pack, so it's probably seen more printings than you would expect. But yeah, if that deck does do well, this is going to go up. You could either say that or remove brainwashing, but remove brainwashing's also had a couple more printings than you'd expect. I got a play set for $3, and this is Australian money, which already means stuff's already overvalued anyway. We have to buy stuff, we have to pay the Australian tax. So Grinder Golem, I think, will be the card that shoots up in that deck, should it do better than just winning a pod. Next up is Golgar. Aliens. This is only one printing, an ultra rare and an ultimate rare in Crimson Crisis, I believe. I already got 2 copies. I don't think I'd need 3. But Ammonite has had a recent-ish printing, like 3 years ago, compared to its original printing. So this is why this was the most expensive card anyway when I had to get the deck. So this will shoot up exponentially if that deck ever does well. I know aliens haven't been historically done that well. I mean, yeah, cool. I once topped an Australian event with it, and then it's done nothing. I mean, people are trying like a Gemini version of this deck, so you put heroes in it, and then you can put the water alien in it, and you can play Golgar because you also play then Ammonite, and you can then summon this. So that might be the deck which gets this card. It's a big top in Modern Edison. The last one, which I think is probably the most viable to top out of this section, but still it's not, gonna be in the best deck, is Turbo Cannon. So basically this thing sees play in Frogburn, which is probably one of the worst variants of frogs in Edison. You got your Forgs, you got your Dream Frogs, you got your Frog Monarch, you got your Hero Frog, all these really good versions. Then Frogburn isn't terrible. You're still playing frogs. Those are good cards. But then you're also playing Turbo Rocket, which is like a worse version of the Synchro, to be able to make it happen. And that card's just whatever. But this card's already kind of hard to come by, and I think it's already, the price isn't too bad right now, but this will be the card that shoots up if that deck does actually top a major event. All right, now the top row. The first one, I'm still apprehensive to say this is going to be a top contender deck right now, but if so it does happen, Dragon Queen of Tragic Ending is going to shoot up to the bloody moon. One super rare printing in Absolute Power Force for this card. What can you play this in though? That's already good. Not much at the moment. People have been trying it, with Crystal Beasts because they just put themselves in the back row. I was considering, just as a funny tech, to play this in Six Samurai since they already have United and Gateway, so you just have to find a second copy of those and you can summon this as well for something. And I was also playing this, I was trying out a Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings deck with Cat and Volcanic cards, because Volcanic Rocket can search Blaze Accelerator, which is a continuous spell. And then you can just have it has a few Crystal Beasts in it as well, so they put themselves in the back row. And there you go, you've got a Dragon Queen you can summon out. And if you don't ever see it, you still do cat things. You get the cat out, you summon your Airbellums, you double rip, and then you make the Arcanite Magician and you pop their cards, and then you Avarice everything back, and then you do it all again. So that was my idea, and it did decently well. I've got to tweak it a bit because some of the other continuous spells aren't great. I was playing Kaiser Coliseum and Burden of the Mighty. I might just play Burden of the Mighty because sometimes you just see... I saw a hand of 3 Kaiser Coliseum, 3 Burden of the Mighty. I was like, what? What do I do with this? This does nothing. But yeah, if a deck like that ever does well, this is going to explode in price. Next, now not to toot my own horn or anything, but you know that Fish Hero Beat deck that I showed off on the channel about a couple of weeks ago. If that ever tops a major event, this is the card that's going to go up. Probably not a lot because it's only a rare. It's only had 1 printing, and basically everything else in that deck has had multiple printings. All the hero cards. The other fish. I'm not sure about Golden Flying Fish, but that's also just, I think, only had a common printing, so that won't really go up that much. So this would be the card that goes off. I know I only played 1. I can actually see a version of the deck which plays 2. You wouldn't play 3 because the card actually, you don't play it for its effect. You play it because it's a water Gemini fish. So it fills 3 niches. So you get your Miracle Fusion, water, it works Gemini Spark, and it works with fish, depth, charge, right? That's why you play it. Hence why you don't want to play 3 copies, because if you're just seeing these in multiples, you might want to just throw the deck in the bin. Next one, Chthonian Emperor Dragons. This is for dragons. Dragon Turbo, or the slower dragon decks. This is the one for you. Admittedly, this probably wouldn't shoot up that much, because I only say you need to play 1 of this. But why is this card good? I mean, it's a Gemini, so it has that bad downside. Doesn't have its effect until you normal summon it. Blah, blah, blah. But anything that can attack twice in a battle phase is inherently good. So you have red med, you bring this back from the grave, you summon it, and then say if they have Gauze, I mean, you smack them once, they'll have to summon Gauze there, because you're smacking them 4,800 if they don't Gauze you there. And they Gauze, and you have your red med, and you beat over the Gauze, and then they're just left with a 2,400 token. But yeah, I think you'd only want to get 1 copy. You wouldn't play this more than 1. It'd probably either be a side deck option more than a main deck, depending on your build. But I think this really wants to look in. Next one is Kwakimeru Valafar, Dark Calling. This is the card for you. So as you can see, it like it says, it requires Iron Core of Kwakimeru to be sent from hand to grave. You don't play that card. It is bad. But those Dark Calling decks, their rocks are unless you're playing the big, turbo version, which plays the level 8 rocks, which you can't summon. They're playing Guardian. Guardian's 1900 rock Kwakimeru. So if you ever need to pressure someone for more damage, tribute over it, summon this, 3k, it does piercing, and it can't be destroyed by trap effects. Trap cards. So you're immune to Mirror Force. Get the damage in there, and then you've got an extra rock body to help make your Dark Gaia. Again, and it is level 8, so you can also play it in the turbo variants. You could buy 2 or 3 of these and play it in turbo. You just trade it in, draw 2, all the good stuff you want to do in Dark Calling decks. Just turbo out your Dark Gaia and smack for big damage like that. So that's what that's going to be. Now, the last card. Now, this card, you could play in almost anything. Now, I would say it is still definitely side deck tech. I can't see a reason why you would main deck it unless you're expecting Vayu Turbo everywhere, which, in high-level tournaments, certainly a possibility. But against some other decks, it's kind of like, may not actually do anything. So, I'm going to type in the name right now, if I can spell. Tuner's Scheme is the last one. Opponent synchro summons. No, not even. No, when a synchro monster is special summon, so they can synchro, or if Vayu summons their Armed Wing, you can literally flip this card and take their Armed Wing, or their Armor Master, or even the level 8, whatever you want. It's Snatch Steal for synchros. And even better, if the synchro is destroyed, or this gets popped, that monster gets banished. So they're going to have to work through more hoops to try and get it back. Now, usually I know mostly Vayu Turbo and other decks like that will probably play Return, maybe, so you might be fueling their Return, or they'll have Burials, they can put it back in the graveyard, but it's an extra step they have to take to be able to have that whole setup. So I think this card we'll see play in side decks. It's pretty reasonably priced right now. It's only have 1 printing, 1 super rare printing, Absolute Power Force. So, get on it. Get on this card right now. If you don't buy any other cards from this list, buy this one. For those of you in Australia like me, this card is hard to come by. I only have 2 copies because I couldn't find a third. No one was selling 3. I mean, I could get one from the United States, or only from the United States, and then pay $25 shipping on top of the $15 it is over here. And then wait a month for it to get here. Fun. But anyway, that's going to be it from me, guys. I mean, I know I am the Jank Master, and some of this might sound like, oh, this is rubbish. What are you talking about? Almost none of these cards are good. But that's what they said about a lot of cards, and then those cards saw play, and then they got bought out, and then people were like, I can't afford this card. Oh no, it went up, 500%, and now it's really expensive. Anyway, guys, get on these. I promise you, at least for Tuna's scheme, you're not going to regret it. Alrighty. Peace.